One of the great Bond moments, and I mean that in every possible sense, is the opening of the parachute with the Union Jack on it at the beginning of The Spy Who Loved Me. I remember sitting in the audience and seeing the audience applauding. You know, we're talking about, I don't know what it was, late 70s England. Nobody ever applauded the movies. People were very polite. I wanted an opening sequence which was like a sort of series of Russian dolls. You think it's one thing, then it changes, and then it changes, and then it changes. We visit Turkey in order to achieve a fantastic opening sequence.
Action!
Sam was really keen to get as many shots of the artist driving as possible. Working with Gary Powell, we built these pods which bolted onto the top of the Land Rovers in this case, so that the car could be driven from above, so the cameras had freedom to be 360 lower down, looking at Naomi and Daniel. The car that Patrice was driving sort of got broadsided by the Land Rover, and it pushed it along and then came up against the curb and sort of barrel rolled through the air. Sam thought it was a bit over the top, so he ended up doing a much more traditional but equally spectacular gag where we had it driving up the ramp by the side of a fountain, then it went on its side all the way through the main square.
Action!
We have a motorcycle sequence where we're going down alleys through a spice market and up onto the rooftop and into a market bazaar. You can imagine the logistics of shooting a sequence involving so many moving parts.
The motorbike stuff on the roof was really good, a little bit different. You know, the guys were doing quite high speeds, 45, 50 mile an hour on a sort of 3 foot wide piece of concrete for most of the chase.
The rooftops themselves are particularly dangerous. The turning is a major issue. The strips of concrete are barely a metre wide, so we have to have people stationed at each end to physically turn the bike and send it back up to its start mark, where they can then be turned again and go away. Because they're competition bikes, there's no extra frills on them, they don't have cooling fans. So sitting around on the rooftops, warming up, especially in the heat we've had here in Turkey, they did suffer a bit. So we had basically leaf blowers, and we were keeping them cool with those.
Turkey has just brought so much to the film in terms of scope. And we're not just shooting in Istanbul, we shoot in different areas in Turkey that can provide different things for the film.
We're in Adana, which we're cheating to be part of Istanbul. Part of the sequence that we're doing requires us to film on trains, and we're able to control the trains in this area a lot better than we can in Istanbul, which is obviously quite a major city.
The speed is the problem. We were going 50 kilometers, and to hold on at 50 kilometers is not easy, especially if you have equipment and all that. So everything was pretty much locked off on the train, and the actors had safety lines.
Originally the whole plan was to actually never put Daniel on the train going across the bridge doing the fight. Got in, looked at it and was like, no, I want to give it a go. You had the two main actors of the opening sequence on the train going across the bridge fighting, so you couldn't really get any better.
When you're on it, I can tell you this because I went on it when it was static, not when it was moving. You can't see the bridge, so it literally looks like you're travelling over air. And he's fighting on that at 50 miles an hour. I mean, it's a huge adrenaline rush, just watching it and knowing you're capturing it.
Take the shot. I say take the shot. I can't, I may hit Bond. Take the bloody shot.
To me, what's special about the sequence is that he failed. The tradition of Bond opening sequences is that there's a great moment and it's a Bondian, it's triumphant. And he dusts himself down and we get on with the story. Well, actually, it's the other way around here. Someone makes a terrible mistake. He hears M give the order, in a sense, for his own death, and he experiences it.